Okay, good morning. So last session we discussed about images, some important point related to images. So we learnt about image types. What are the image types available and their purpose? I hope you saw the document. In the document, I given an entire table. In the table, image type, their extension, full form, so purpose, everything is written clearly. Next, after understanding what are the various image types, now we need to know how to embed images. Embed images into page. Embed means integrate as a part of page. So how we can embed images into the page, how we can deal with them and define, right? So to embed images into a HTML page, so we have to use the tag img. The tag img is used to embed images. img is the tag which is used for embedding images, embed image. For it is an void element. It is an void element. What is an void element already we know. So it will not return anything directly. So we need to create and configure the presentation and define the presentation. So void elements will not return anything. We need some attribute. So image attributes, we have some important attributes. The basic attributes for image, we have alt. The first important attribute for image is alt. Alt indicates alternative text to display when image fails to load. Generally, when you are using images, we can disable images. Browser have the capacity of disabling images. So because when images are enabled, they consume more data in loading. When you are, for example, you can see regularly your emails. Some company sends you an email. In that email, some photos are present. They don't load those photos immediately. They will simply put a message at the top of email you can read. They say that this mail contain images. There will be a button or a link called show images. When you click that show images, then that image will load. Because when I am browsing, unnecessary images should not load, that consumes data. That is the reason browser have the ability to block images. And when image is blocked and in that place white space is present, then we are confused because we don't know that image will come there and there is a blank space. We think that something is not loading properly. So to tell the users that there is an image there, you don't need to worry. If you want, you can load it. Then for that we use alternative text. Alternative text is the text that is displayed when image is unable to load. Let's see. For keeping an image, we have to use src. It defines the image path. We will see these both of. image path and name. It defines the image path and name, which image you want the path and name. And already I told you that don't try to access images directly from a specific hard drive location. First copy them into your project folder. So in project we are maintaining a folder called assets. Into that copy, and from there we can use it. So how we can configure? So I will go here in the documents. Suppose in our project full stack web, in that public, in that we have assets. In assets, so we have some image. Suppose one image is there. If any image is present, you can copy that image into your machine. Suppose I have some images. So these are all images. I can copy these images, copy those images. So suppose I have a full stack already. Yeah. So some pictures are present. I am copying these pictures. I am copying these pictures, and I will paste that into the project. I have some images here. You should know the image name. You should know the image extension. How to know the image extension? You can right click on it and you can go to the properties of image. In the properties, you can see its extension .jpg, right? Here the image extension is .jpg. You can see that extension .jpg. So image name and extensions are very important, and we have some images now. And how do we keep that image in our page? So just what we have to do. So I will keep an img tag in that src. src, where it is present in assets. In assets, we have some shirt.jpg. That's the image. And I will give here alternative text. I will say that some shirt, so or say figure 1 and shirt, something like this. And I will save this. And you can see when we run this page, the image is displayed, but that alternate text will not be displayed. Alternate text will be displayed only when image is unable to load. So we are loading that image. And you can see in the page, the image is displayed. We will adjust. This is the actual size of that image. To adjust the image size, general attributes you know already. What is it? We can give width and height. Width and height. These are common. Specifies width and height of image in pixels or percent. What is difference? I will tell you. So we have alternative text, src, width and height. Now here it specifies the width and height of image in pixels or percent. So initially I am giving the width. Already we know there is no order for attributes. Any order you can give. Width some 200 and height 200 pixels. That sets the image height and width. Now let's go to our browser settings. Currently I am using Edge browser. If you are using Chrome or Edge, any browser, you can just go Chrome, or here it is Edge:/settings. that opens the Edge browser settings. Similarly, you can open Chrome browser settings also. And in this settings, you search for images. In that settings, you search for images. And you see, when I scroll down, there is an option images show all. And you can see in that option, I can turn off images. That means I turned off images on my browser. Professionals usually do that because when I are given a task of reading some document, in the document, lot of pictures also loading, time waste, right? I don't want those images. It's waste lot of time in loading all those images. Then we disable images and open website. Then it is more faster and convenient. And it will not waste time. It will not buffer the images. So good. So that is the reason they given this option to disable images. So I disabled images. Then once I refresh this page, image is not there. Instead of image, alternate text comes. That is good because it cannot keep a blank place there, so that it will lead to confusion. Now it is clear that, okay, here image comes. Which image? Some image. Okay, how to see it? You enable images on your browser. You have to enable images on your browser. So again, if I enable these images, now you can see that alternate text will not display. So alternate text is the text which is displayed when image fails to load. Several times, not only disabling, several times due to network issues, pictures unable to load. During that time, it will not keep blank. It will put an alternative text. That is what we have defined by using alt. When picture is displayed, alt will not display. So that means either one, any one of these two. Height and width I given here in pixels. Suppose I given width as 500 pixels and height as 300 pixels. Now image size is large. Suppose I am defining this image more larger, width as 600 and height 400. And you can see now when I adjust the window size and I am changing the width of my browser window, then image lost, image portion lost. I need to scroll the image left and right. This is because image is set with a standard pixel. If it goes to mobile, if it goes to tab, or if it goes on to any laptop or desktop screen, everywhere its size will be same. But it should adjust according to browser. According to the browser, its size should change. That means you can configure this width and height in percent. I will give here some 50%. 50% indicates 50% of the browser screen that you are watching. Any size in that 50%. And we are defining some 40% height. So now you can see that the width and height is adjusted like this. And when I am adjusting the height and width of the window, its size adjusts. When you are adjusting the size of window, automatically its size also changing. This you can define by using percent. In pixel, it will have a stable size. In percent, it will be changing. It will be changing the height and width. But remember, responsive design is all about only width, not height. That means only width is considered. Height, observe when I am adjusting the height here. So now you can see scroll bar comes. Responsive cannot be for height. Responsive can be for width. Device width. It is not height. So when you give percent, height is not going to affect. Height is not going to affect. When width is affecting, relative size will be adjusted. So that is the reason. So you cannot come with a complaint that I am adjusting the height. It's not adjusting. It will not. Responsive is all about the width. So that is to make responsive, you can define in a percent. So size in percent makes image responsive. And fluid, we call it as fluid images. If anybody asked a question in interview like how you can give fluid images, don't think that it is a new question. Fluid images means giving the image size in percent. I will give a question here. What are fluid images? So image that can adjust size as according to browser. You can define by using percent as unit. You can define by using percent as units. That is important. So that is adjusting images. So that is width and height. One more option we have, title. Title is already, I told you, it is common for all of them. Title is already common for all of them. Right. Title is common for all of them. So title is, I already told you, it is used to display tooltip or screen tip. Screen tip usually appears when mouse is over the image. When mouse is over the text, mouse is over the image, everywhere you can keep this title. Already we saw that. Suppose here we are defining title. We are defining title, and title is, suppose say Nike, or say shirt, so or say men's clothing, so 70% off. So that is just message. And you can see in this, when I move the mouse onto it, it will display that. On mouse over, that screen tip comes. That screen tip is displayed. That you can display by using title. Now many times question asked like, can I adjust the size of screen tip? Can I change the width, font, color of you can. But for that, actually we have to use a concept called bootstrap. By using bootstrap, you can display such tips, right? In HTML you can't. It is only just tip. So in bootstrap you can adjust the size, colors, background effects for those screen tips also. So as of now, just only title, how you can define a title. Next option, one more option, we have border. So it defines border in pixels. It defines border in pixels. Of course, without that also you can apply border, box, shadow in styles you have learned. So for image, we have a border attribute. But if you want border color, border styles, then you can apply by using styles. Already we learned styles, right? Suppose here I am giving border is equal to some 2. I am applying border 2. Then border will come for that image. So there is a border. So You can apply not only from here, through style you can apply already we know. In the style what we do IMG, what we can do border, some 3 pixel solid, some dotted border I can apply. Border different styles will be there. Now in this image we need to apply the border style. Now here border have some more options. What are those options? So border style, border color, border thickness, border effects are also available. We have to give those options also. We have border top, border bottom, border color, then it can apply. Border have images also. Border images means you can have image for border images also will. Later in styles you will learn. As of now here border is only one option. What is it? How many pixels border you can define? 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, 20 pixels you can define. That is just the border size, how to configure. Effects and all in CSS later you will learn. So that is another option for border. Next option, align. Align. So image can be aligned. Only 2 alignments are there. Image can be aligned left or right. Image can be aligned left or right. Center is not supported. Image can be aligned left or right. So that is 2 alignments. So align is used to wrap text around image. Align is used to wrap text around image. In order to wrap text around image, we have to use this align. If you don't give align, text will not wrap around the image. For example, suppose we have image and some paragraph. Let's keep this image height and width some 200 and 200 pixels. Okay. And here I am defining that is the image, and just beside it I will put a paragraph. Let's copy some paragraph. Okay, in this paragraph I will keep the paragraph here below image. So below image we are having some text. I can add some multiple paragraphs of information is there. Now you can see that image is above the text. Suppose I bring this and keep below the paragraph. You can see it is below the paragraph. And if I keep in between the paragraph, it will be in between the paragraph. Text will not come around it. Then what we have to do is to make the text display around image. We have to use an attribute for image, align. Already image is left aligned. Already image is left side aligned, but we give left. Already it is left aligned, but when you give left, now the text will wrap around it. Text is going to wrap around it. So that is align. You can give align left or you can give align right. You can give align left or right. You cannot have center. There is no center alignment. There is no center. We have only 2 alignments. One is left, another one is right. But generally you may come up with a point like I have seen images center. You can see anywhere. It doesn't matter. You can see images anywhere, but align attribute can be defined only left and right. Other alignments you can give according to your requirements. For that you need to use CSS. Already you saw in last session we applied a toolbar at the bottom of screen. Anywhere you can keep, it doesn't matter. But align will not allow to keep anywhere. It will allow only two positions, left or right. Anything else you design with your CSS, right? Default, you have only two alignments, left and right. Once you define alignment, one more option is you can use V space and H space. H space. This is nothing but padding horizontal and vertical. Padding is nothing but space around the image. Horizontal and vertical padding you can define. What is padding you know already. So that generally we can give with padding. So these attributes are not recommended anymore. But you have those attributes V space and H space, but we don't use much. Why? Because we have more better CSS paddings, we use them. So this is, see the space beside the image and below the image, we want to adjust that image and paragraph some space. Then we can apply that by using H space, that is horizontal space. Suppose some 20 pixels, and V space, vertical space, that's also some 20 pixels. Then you can see some padding is arranged around the image. That anyhow you can give by using padding. Padding, if you give padding right, padding top, padding bottom, all directions you can give padding. That is space. So these days in advanced HTML programming, designing, developers don't use these options, V space and H space. But as they are available in HTML, you have to learn them. So unnecessary things better to ignore. I already told you that some are still there, but we don't use in regular development. But still you have to know about them, that these are the options available. So H space and V space, padding horizontal and vertical. These are all the image related basic attributes. Image have some advanced attributes. These attributes you can just learn now, but you cannot try them. Because to try them, you need to learn server-side technologies. You need to learn a lot of technology. But you can just know about them as of now. Later you can try them. Currently they are not for trying. They are just for knowing about them. For that you need to learn complete web technology, right? What are these advanced attributes? In advanced attributes, we have one important attribute. Cross origin. Cross origin is one important attribute. So cross origin is nothing but, actually, for example, you see, so we have an attribute called, so cross origin. It have two values. So one is anonymous, another one is use credentials. So cross origin, so it is defined with anonymous and use credentials. It is defined with anonymous and use credentials. Actually, what is meant by cross origin and how the cross origin works? What is meant by cross origin and how cross origin works? So let's see how this works. Actually, you cannot see it working, just point I am showing you. What is meant by cross origin? See, this is very much required in a concept called distributed computing. These days, all our applications are distributed applications. Due to that, this is a very important option to use in later stage. Actually, distributed computing means you have, suppose this is one client machine. This is client machine. And this is a server machine. This is another server machine. We have the server machine. This is server machine. Actually, in server machine, we have one app. On client machine, we have another app. Just example, you have a Facebook application on your mobile, and a Facebook application will be there on server. Facebook server application will be there. That application is connected to your application on mobile. On mobile, you are using Facebook, Swiggy, Zomato, Flipkart, Amazon, Netflix, WhatsApp. These are all not mobile applications. These are not mobile applications. You people may think that they are mobile applications. They are not mobile applications. They are called distributed applications. Distributed applications. Mobile application means calendar, calculator, phone book, gallery. All these comes under the category of mobile apps. Others all are distributed applications. Distributed applications. Actually, now what happens is, when data is transported from one app to another app through network. Now, usually in your computer or in your mobile, you will have firewall. Firewall will verify the data coming into your machine. And if it is having some threat, firewalls will block that. So firewalls are very important for security on your machines. You will have antivirus, but before antivirus, first firewall comes to point. Now what happens is, when a picture is trying to copy into your machine, sometimes this firewalls will block that image. Because of that image type is not known to your mobile. That image type is some suspicious. That image format is some suspicious. Then it will block that image. So there is lot of threat of firewalls blocking our images. Blocking our images. Not only that, there are so many other situations you will understand later when you are learning server side technology. That means now transporting data from one app to another app will be blocked sometimes. Images are blocked. So allow anonymous. This is called cross origin. Cross origin means image is not present in your machine. It is coming from some other machine and you are using in another machine. That means it is coming from some other machine and you are using on another machine. This is cross origin, which is called cross origin. In cross origin, whether to allow images to copy or not, that we have to tell. Allow anonymous indicates, we write here anonymous. Anonymous indicates that allow everyone, allow every device to access that image and use that image. Use credentials means don't allow every image to every computer to use that image. First check that computer is having security or not. If it is having security, then use that security. Through that security, allow that image to copy and display. This is very complicated. You can't understand at this level those points. That's the reason we cannot try this. We can just know about it. Later, when you learn server-side technologies, you will understand about that. That means you have to learn about security tokens, security is related, so many things, then you can understand this concept. But as of now, understanding the point is simple. If a resource is coming across the origin and trying to copy into our machine and display here, then our machine will block it. To make it allow, we have to use an option called cross origin as what? Anonymous. If I use cross origin anonymous, it will allow. If I use cross origin use credentials, then it will verify the security, and after verifying security, if it is secured, then allow. Anonymous means it will not verify security, directly allows. That depends on the security. So that we have to manage by using cross origin. That means it allows or restricts image from cross origin. Cross origin. It allows or restrict image from cross origin. As of now, this is enough. Cross origin. Now, another important attribute. Another important attribute. So when you are dealing with the attributes, another important attribute here, you can see we have another attribute called decoding. Another attribute called decoding. Decoding is also another important attribute. Remember, you are learning very advanced. These attributes are not known even to several experienced people in web technologies. They don't know the decoding option. They don't know cross origin like option in images. You will not find this in general websites also, these attributes and these options. So why? Because they are beyond fresher levels to understand the concept. That is the reason in experience concepts you will understand them, you will learn about them. But I don't think that even general experienced people also have knowledge of these attributes, right? Generally, because they know only few things in HTML, they are not involved in everything. Then you can't expect these all points to understand, right? So decoding is very important. Actually, decoding provides an option. We can use sync, or we can use async, or we can use auto. Three options will be there for decoding: sync, async, and auto. Three options will be there. Actually, decoding, it is defined with sync, async, and auto. Sync, async, and auto. Sync is synchronous blocking technique, and async is asynchronous. It is unblocking technique, unblocking. And auto, according to environment preferences. According to environment preferences. That is what actually auto. Decoding is another important option. Decoding is another important thing. Actually, when you are defining image, here you can see in this design, you have an image with some paragraph. Now the question is image first loaded or paragraph first loaded? When image is loading, along with image, paragraph is loaded, or paragraph is waiting until image is finished. That means here, as of now, you are watching the image immediately on my screen. That's the reason it doesn't matter for you. But in reality, image takes some time to load. It will not show immediate, right? It will take some time to load. Now the question is, while image is loading, is paragraph also loading? Both loading side by side or one after another? That is decided by using this decoding. If decoding, I will keep sync. It will not load other contents when image is loading. That means it will block. That means it will wait until image is loaded. Once image is finished, then it will load the contents. That means if you keep synchronous images will not allow other content to load until the image is loaded. image is loaded. This is called synchronous. These days we don't want like that. These days everything we want as a async. Asynchronous means image will be loading and text also loading. For example, suppose somebody, you are offline and somebody sent you a message to you on WhatsApp. First he sent a picture, then he sent a text image. Now when you are suddenly online, which image will come first? As for chronological order, that means as per the order, first image will come, then text will come. But image loading, text is loaded. That means you will feel like text came first. But they will not send that, because as per time order, they have to send you the first image, then they have to send you the text. But you will feel like text is appeared because, of course, text is appeared because it is lightweight and loaded first. Image is still loading. That means, is text waiting until image is finished? Text is not waiting until image is finished. Image is loading, text came. This is called asynchronous. And that you define by using these attributes. Auto means it will adjust according to the speed. It will adjust according to your environment. According to your environment, according to the content, according to the speed of internet, it will decide. You are not sure, it will decide. Auto is used to decide by itself according to situation. And sync will always synchronize. Async will always asynchronize. That is important while loading. Another important attribute is importance. Importance, it is defined. It is defined with low, high, and auto. Low, high, and auto. Importance also, low, high, and auto options will be there. Importance is low, high, and auto. Now here nothing but, actually, suppose in a page, this is one image. Suppose there is a logo, above it there is a logo, and here image. Now, which image to load first out of these two? Generally, it is not like order. It is like your importance. You can set importance. That means advertisement second priority. Main company logo should load. That have the first importance. Advertisements and all second importance. In that case, what we do is generally we can keep importance. We can keep importance. Importance we can keep low. If I keep low, then the images with high importance will load first. After that, importance low images will load. But remember, usually several doubts will be there. Like if 2 images, 3 images, all are having low importance or all are having high importance, which one will load? Then it will take other priorities, like what is image type, what is image size, what is image location, all this considered. It is not like just only importance. If I give same importance for all images, then it will go with second level priority. It will check whether image size, which size image is low, which size image is high. So which resolution is low, which resolution is high, where the image available above or below, the location, everything considered. So it is not just only importance, but importance play the key role. Importance tell whether to load it immediate first or wait for others. That depends on how you give the importance. And auto will adjust according to situation. So these you cannot see now, even you give them, right? For that you need to learn a lot of technology. So, but you need to understand that. So importance, it loads images as per the priority. defined as per the priority defined. So it loads images as per the priority defined. The priority defined. These are all basic general attributes for image. So this is just to make you understand about some advanced things available related to image. But regularly, first you should know only these basic attributes. So advanced attributes you will come across and work with them later stages when you are learning more in the technology. Right? As of now, just know about them: cross horizons, decoding, and importance. That is about image, how you can embed the image. Now, by using images, we will see how to create some designs, how we can configure and create some designs. Let's see. Means how we can design some layouts, some creating of layouts using images. I will show you various options. In that, first we will see how we can design a card layout using images. How we can design a card layout using images, how we can make them flexible, and card layout using images with a responsive design. Yeah. Card layout using images with responsive design. We will see how to handle that, which is very popular in websites. For example, suppose you see some websites here, some Amazon. This is Amazon. In this Amazon website, you see these boxes are present. So in that Amazon website, these boxes are present. You can see that these boxes are called cards. We call these as cards. And you see these cards are having correct space between them, right? These cards are having the correct space between them. It is having the correct space between them, height adjusted correctly. That means now how we can design such cards, So this is very common in websites, not only here, very common across websites. Suppose I open here some nareshit.com, and here you can see some courses information is present. You see these are all cards. Animation you can give later, images, animations you can give later. These are all cards. So that means we have to define such type of appearance. We need to configure such type of appearance for the contents. Now, these type of cards are very common in websites. Let's see how to design them, how to create such cards and configure them. Let's see. For that, here important is designing that box is not major concept. Keeping them aligned correctly is the major concept. So let's see. Keeping the alignments is important, and very important that alignment should adjust according to the browser now. That means how many columns of cards it is showing depends on browser. When you are adjusting the browser width watching on mobile, then all cards cannot be seen side by side. You have to keep them one below another. These cards should change the orientation from one beside another to one below another. That's how the appearance is important. So let's do one design here. Let's create that. So here I will take the images that I have here. Shirt, shoe one, speaker. Okay, some images are there. So I will create here an image. See how we are designing this. I will keep here a div. I am keeping a div here. And this div ID I given as container. That is the container. So ID I am giving as container. Inside the container, I will keep a div. This div will have an ID called card. So like that, I can have for every product one card. For every product one card. So another div ID. So this is another card. Two cards. Another div ID. And here we have card. So that is so third. So we have like this 3-4 cards defined. ID is card. These are the cards. Now a container contains cards. So 4 cards I have designed inside the container, and in this I will keep a div. I will put an ID as card header. That is card header. Okay. And another div I will put an ID card footer. Card footer. Okay. I will keep another div. So this is card body. So card body. Okay. Here I am defining so ID as card footer. So every card contains 3 sections now. We have a header, body, and footer. Okay. Now I will keep here, copy this. Every card should have these 3 sections. Okay, this is first card. And in the second card also 3 sections. In the third card also 3 sections. I am copying it. And in the fourth card spelling. Yeah. And fourth card also having the 3 sections. Okay, fine. Now let's go into the first card header. Anything you can have. So in some websites you can see title. In some websites you can see photo. So some appearance you can configure. Suppose I will keep a heading here. Heading. Suppose I say some JBL speaker. Okay. And in the card body, I am using image source assets some speaker.jpg width as 100%. I am giving width as 100%. Height as suppose 200 pixels. 200 pixels height. You can give one in percent, another in pixels, how you want to configure. Okay. Now that is fine. Now one more option. We have card footer. Card footer, or below that card image, I will put a paragraph. I will put some price. Some price I defined here, some price. And to get a currency symbol, ampersand hash 8377 semicolon. That is the character for Indian currency symbol. For Indian currency symbol, you have that character. You can use it. So that gives Indian currency symbol. Okay. This is there defined here. That is the price. And below, I want to display. Suppose temporarily, we haven't learned about buttons. Later you will learn about them. As of now, temporarily, I will put a button. Later we will discuss about buttons. In forms you will learn. Temporarily, I will put a button. I will say add to cart. Add to cart. And here I will put a span. I will put a span. So class BI and BI cart 4. That is shopping cart icon something. Okay, this is the 3 sections defined for it. And you see in the output, currently it is not perfect. It is just designed with only one card. It will display like this. It will display like this. Nothing is there. We have to do lot of work here now. Okay, now same I will go for others. In the second card header, I given as Nike casuals. And in the card body, image source is equal to assets some shoe. And width is 100% and height as same 200. That's it. And in the paragraph below, so I will keep some price. Hash 8377 semicolon and some price. Okay. And here the button is same. I will copy the same button. Add to cart button is same. I am designing the same. Okay. Now let's do the same for others also. So second one, I have card body and here a heading. I will say some Lee boot, something like this, and say shoe one, and some price is defined. And the card footer is having a button. That means same effect I am giving for all the cards. And here heading 3, I will put shirt and card body shape. And here I will give the image. I have shirt.jpg and size. And button is same, copy this copy and put it here. And that is same. Now all the product related images are ready. All the product images are ready, but the appearance we are looking for is important, right? Now see what I am doing here. Let's go to the styles. In the styles, first I am taking the ID hash card. For every card width is complete size occupied. I will give every card width as 200 pixel. Every card width 200 pixel. And for every card, I will put a box shadow. Already we learned box shadow. I will put as 3 pixel, 3 pixel, and 2 pixel, and 3 pixel, some black. Just black or gray. So here I am giving. Later we can change it. Okay. For every card, we will give padding as 20 pixels. For every card, padding 20 pixels. And you can see that all the 3 cards will be like this. All the 3 cards are displayed like this. I want some space between the cards. That means I will put as margin. Margin means all directions. Margin all if I give right, only right will come. Margin means all directions. All directions some 20 pixels. Some space between the cards will come. Additionally, suppose I will add a border for you. So 2 pixel solid and a black border I given, and it looks like this. All the cards appear like this. Now important, all these cards are one below another because they are designed in divs. We kept all these cards in a container. This container contains all these cards. Now what I am doing here, so hash container. In that container, we just put display as flex. The container display as flexible display. Now you can see that. So everything will be side by side. That's done. Right? That means we are keeping all these container options side by side. That means we are just keeping display as flexible display. Now done. But problem here is when you are adjusting the width, they are not convenient for adjusting. See, when I am adjusting the width here, when we are adjusting the width here, so when I are adjusting the width here, you can see, so it's not adjusting correctly. Because this is not right to adjust the width and all. Now what you can do is to keep that in a better way. When you are displaying flex, so you can keep an option as flex wrap as wrap. Flex wrap means flexible display. Do you want to wrap the content to next line when space is not enough? Wrap is a general thing, you know. Suppose I'm using Notepad. In Notepad, go to format menu. There is a wrap, word wrap. If I remove word wrap, what will happen? If I remove word wrap in Notepad and you start typing something, and it will go on right side. It will go on scrolling right side. Go, that is wrap, no wrap. If I wrap, what will happen? If I wrap, it will come to next line automatically when it reaches the border. That means go to format and say word wrap. Then wrap will come to next line. Automatically when it reaches border, it comes to next line. That's a general thing, wrap. That means what I had given, flex is wrapping. Flex wrap. Wrap that flexing, flex things. Okay. Now see what will happen. When I wrap that flex options, you can adjust now. You can see here, when I am adjusting the zoom level, I am adjusting the width. I am adjusting the width. They will come into multiple columns. And if I am adjusting the width, it will be in multiple columns. It will adjust it into the columns. Depending on your zoom level. Suppose I am zooming it. When I am zooming it, you can see it is changing it. It is displaying everything in one line. And when I am adjusting the width, it is fitting according to the width. And I am changing the zoom levels. Control plus, control minus are used for zooming. Control minus, control plus, it will adjust accordingly. It will adjust accordingly. This keeps your content stable at continuous in the page. Now this is what we designed. We designed by using the wrap. Now here some more options are there. Of course, you have to design them. Rest of things you know. I have button, right? Button. For button, I am giving. So button, I am giving. Button. Button, no need of ID. All buttons will be applied. Button, how much width? Button width 100%. You can see that. Button's width will be 100%. So width will be 100%. Button font size as 20 pixel. And you can see the font size 20 pixel. And for button, I am giving background color, some color, and the color as some white. And you can see that the background will be like this. So for buttons, we are giving that size and we are configuring it. And still other options are pending, which you can design by yourself. What are pending? I left so many pending, na? Card header, card body, card footer, you display according to your requirements. That means now see here, I'm going in the another option. There is hash card header. We have a card header. Card header, background color, some gray. So that means the card header will be gray. So color as some white. So it will be appearance white. I can change any type of appearance. I want a uniform appearance, like I want an uniform appearance like same. So same color as button I given, it will be like this. I can adjust the card header font size as 20 pixel. It will adjust it. I can keep text align as center. It will keep it center. I can keep the card header height as suppose some 100 pixel and it will adjust the height. I don't want that much, then I will keep 50 pixel height. That will be okay. And I am giving the padding as 20 pixel and the title will be like this. And in that case, I don't need to give height because padding will adjust the height accordingly. That's how you want to display your content, how you want to display your content. There are some more options, card footer and card body. You can apply background color, borders and everything. Here, now, if I give this, I hope now you can try the others. That means now, I hope you can try this Naresh IT website. You can try these cards. You can try these cards now. Anything complicated? You don't need to try the animation, only the design. Only the design. You have doubt like how to get these symbols, huh? Already you have na bootstrap icons are there, right? So for example, suppose if you are thinking that how the image goes top, that's only the point. The point here is I kept here, this is the speaker image. Now what we can do is we can shuffle this content. That means what I am doing, I am removing this image. I am removing that image and keeping above the card header. Above the card header, I am keeping the image. Then usually it will display like that. You can keep any content anywhere. That means display. So the content anywhere, display the content anywhere. So image can be top because this image is having some space around it. That is the reason that white space also coming. If you take an image which doesn't have that, you see, suppose I am taking this shoe. I'm taking this shoe from here and I kept it. Yeah. I take this shoe from here and kept it at the top, and you can see it comes there. So you can keep the content anywhere you want. It's not like at only one place. And another important, suppose I am not using the card header, all these effects, I remove it. Now you can see it's normal. It's normal. Suppose you want to give some ratings like symbol. So below that image, you can put a paragraph. In that you can put a span. So what is it? In that span, class is equal to BI. BI we have some star, right? Star fill is there. So that means I will copy this span, I will copy that span and I will paste 1, 2, 3, 4. And the fifth one, I will keep star half we will give. That means, and very important, you can see the appearance will come like this. So that means we are giving that star symbol there, right? We are giving those star symbols there. Alignments, you know how to configure that, right? So that means for entire card, suppose I given text align center, then everything will be center aligned. Everything will be center aligned in the card. And what about the color for them? You know color, how to apply for them. We kept in a paragraph, na? So for paragraph, what is that color? Color is some orange color I given for that. And all the ratings will be in this. So you have to use those options and you need to design it. That means now here I designed only one small point and showed you. Later you will able to achieve so many things. But here the main concept is how we can keep the alignment wrapped to next line when it reaches the border. That means these content should adjust according to the width and zoom levels. So that is the key point here. So for that we are using flex wrap. Even when I increase the zoom level, you can see that the number of cards will be changing. So the number of cards will be displaying one below another, all these options defined. And if you can design this, then I hope you people can try this. You people can try this. Now you can copy pictures from here. You can copy pictures from there and you can use those images and try to design this card. If you can design this, then we can do more work with these images. How to keep image in the center, how to keep left, how to keep right, we will see, right? This entire code I will upload into Classroom. Right, into Classroom, and now according to that you need to design that example, and after designing you upload your HTML page into Classroom. I will see. Okay, so what you have done, you upload into the Classroom, in Classroom upload into that location. I will check what you have designed. Okay, then once you know about this, now you have to know another major concept. We will see some more examples, some more designs. First you try that. So then we can go with some more designs. Next, we need to understand very major concept, how to work with the links. How to create links and how do we work with links, hyperlinks. Navigation is very important by using these links that we will see in our next session, right? So Let's see by tomorrow you can design that example or not. If you can design, I will give you two more examples, that exercises you have to try, right? More little bit complex. Once you can try this, then I will give you some more complex. Then tomorrow we will make that more better in functionality also by using these links concept, right? Tomorrow we'll discuss.